Filter Boxing. This week we're joined by Olympic bronze medalist at London 2012, Anthony Ogogo. His professional career was recently brought to an early end through injury, and we talked to him about all of the highs and all the lows.
I've had 17 operations. I've suffered more heartache, pain and frustration you could ever imagine, but if you'd ask me would I do it again, in a heartbeat, because I love this game.
We also go behind the scenes in Leeds as Josh Warrington and Kid Galahad face off ahead of their huge world title fight on June the 15th.
There's definitely no love lost. I think you can get something a little bit special. It's the Battle of Yorkshire.
I want no excuses, you know, so when I beat him, you know, you can turn around and say, yeah, he was a better man.
It is deluded, absolutely deluded, and that's why you've got to laugh at stuff, but at the same time you've got to be switched on.
And we have all the build-up to Fight Night in Leicester as we hear from some of the key men looking to make a name for themselves in 2019.
Very lucky to be able to say I'm fighting in Leicester, my hometown, where I'm from, for my first British defence. Very excited, and yeah, I can't wait to show everybody Saturday.
He's not really fought anybody that good, to be fair, yet, so obviously we'll tell on Saturday what it's all about.
If I switch off for 1 second, if he lands that big right hand on my chin, I'm sorry, it's good night, so I can't switch off, you know, for 1 second in that fight. I'll be fully focused and fully ready for him.
So we've got the Copper Box over there, we've got the Olympic Stadium over there. Mixed memories, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Firstly, I can't believe it's almost 7 years ago. Yeah. It's madness. The struggle I had to go through to be there. Nobody gave me a chance. I know nobody gave me a chance. And the team manager read out the draw. When the draw was done, you know, the first day Olympics, the draw was done, and you're the first fighter to box. Brilliant. You're boxing Dominican. I got it. If you fight him, you're fighting Krytov. I know, right? I know every single person in that room thought, do you know what? At least he's got his tracksuit. At least he can say he's an Olympian. He ain't gonna beat him, because they knew I had a broken rib, had a damaged shoulder. I was mentally and emotionally exhausted. Nobody gave me a chance. And I thought, you know what? Just watch. Just watch. I'm gonna beat him. It was mixed emotions because there's a snapshot. They lifted my arm up and you can hear Jim Neely's voice on commentary go really high pitched, and he said, that is the best performance by any British boxer around the world, in any boxing ring in any century. Those words are up in my gym at home. I want to inspire my kids and other people's kids to go out and be the best versions of themselves. And if I can win a medal at the Olympic Games, come from a small town and overcome all the adversity I overcame to get a bronze medal, then anybody can do anything in life. And now I genuinely believe that.
How do you replace the buzz of Fight Night?
That's the challenge. That's my challenge now, to find that, because that moment, I mean, that's what I live for. And then every single time,
That's what fighters can't give up.
That's it. That's the drug. It's the first week in 18 years I'm not a boxer, so it's been an odd week. I needed a nice.
You need a drink.
I need a dress. That's what I need.
Let's go in there and get a coffee. You've reached the end of the road with boxing as a pro. Was the hardest part not knowing, or is the hardest part now accepting?
A bit of both, I think. Well, I'm still devastated. I'm still heartbroken. I really, really am. I always thought every second of the last 2.5 years, even when my eyes were pointing in different directions, my vision was horrendous. I couldn't even cross the road. I always thought, I'll box again. I'll definitely fight again. Definitely, I've got to. I could not envisage my life without boxing. I couldn't envisage me not standing there with the belt aloft. I was 78% visually impaired. I genuinely, Tris, I couldn't do that 2 years ago. I'd have knocked it over, I'd have spilt it, I'd have grabbed the wrong cup. There's been days where I could not even watch for TV, I couldn't even cross the road. One day, I thought the car was 20 metres away, I went to cross the road, it whizzed past me. That shook me up. I didn't even want to go outside the house after that, after being unable to cross the road. It's been a nightmare, and the fact that I'm never going to box again, and the fact I'm never going to show the world just how good I can be and what I'm truly made of is devastating.
What was the final straw?
I've spent thousands of hours worth training my eyes, training my brain, catching balls, doing reflex stuff. Sparred a month ago, and it's one young lad in the gym, and we did jabs, round onwards jabs, right? And it wasn't too bad. I had to kind of raise my chin a little bit to see. But my left eye doesn't go up, my right eye doesn't go down because of all the surgeries I've had. So anything down, I can't see. So if you throw an uppercut at me, that's knocking me out before I even see it. So I cannot look down. And if you throw an overhand right, I ain't seeing it. It's hitting me in the head. I didn't see the punch coming, even though I knew it was coming. I woke up the next day and my double vision was as bad as it's been in 18 months.
Did you know straight away?
Straight away. It's heartbreaking and demoralising and soul-destroying, but that's the fact of the matter. And I've got to learn to accept that, because otherwise it's going to eat me up inside.
The Olympics should have been the high point of your life, but they weren't.
The Olympics were I'm very conflicted, because the Olympics were the worst time of my life. The worst time. I mean, it was horrible. 6 weeks before the Olympic Games, my mum suffered a brain aneurysm, and we all thought my mum was going to die. Now, I didn't do a thing for 4 weeks. I sat by her side, I held her hand, I was with my family every second of the day for 4 weeks. Didn't do a press up, didn't throw a punch in anger, nothing. Then 10 days before the game started, my family said to me, look, when mum gets better, she's going to feel awful knowing you didn't do the games because of her. So they guilt-tripped me into doing the Olympic Games.
Did you nearly pull out?
Oh, I'd pulled out. Like, how could I go and fight in the Olympic Games when my mum, I never thought I'd see her again. And those last few days and weeks, I wanted to hold her hand and just be there. She's made a fantastic recovery and I'm so proud of her. But I encapsulated all those feelings around my mum being unwell with the Olympics, and they were intertwined. I couldn't go and do it again. Therefore, I wanted to turn pro and become world champion as a pro.
That Cunningham fight, the last fight, you felt your eye go?
Yeah. I felt it go in round 1 or round 2. I felt it really go. It wasn't great before, but it really went, which I didn't think was going to happen.
When you say it went, what did you feel?
There's a collision of two fighters, like it happens every single time when you fight. It wasn't a headbutt or an elbow or a punch, it was just a collision. And I pulled away, and I'm now seeing Craig Cunningham, and there's two of them. One is down here, my right eye was pointing down there, and my left eye, he was up here, but twisted. He was like lying down. I was getting hit by somebody who's levitating 8 foot in the air, not at an angle. And I was like what? Like you can prepare in training for bad things happening, and if you're a diligent boxer like I am, you prepare for bad things happening. You cannot even practice that. You can't. That never happened to me
Can't
before.
alter distance and everything, all the things that change.
Yeah, exactly, because my eye was like this, twisted 30 degrees in, like that. You lose depth perception. You don't know where things are. And there's two things in that fight I remember. Cunningham was in front of me. I could hear him breathing. I thought he's got to be close to me, so I can hear his breath. And he was round about there, obviously up here as well. And I threw a right hook. I thought I'm going to knock him out cold with this right hook. I missed by a country mile, almost did a full pirouette, so I missed by so much. I had no clue. And each time I went back to my corner, and Tony Sims, he's a great coach, he was, what's going on? And I wanted to win the fight, and I'm a fighter to the core, and I was never going to say, oh, Tony, pull me out. Never going to say that. He kept saying, what's going on? From round 2, what's going on? I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm having an off night. I can't get my distance. I tried to blag because I thought, I'll catch him at some point, I'll get him.
Were you in pain?
No, I wasn't, it's not painful. By that point, you're in a fight. It's the fight or flight thing goes off in your head and you just want to fight if you're that way inclined, if that way wired, as I am. And other than my mum being poorly that night, that was the worst night of my life because I'm now being hit with shots that I didn't see coming. And as you know, it's the shots you don't see coming, they're the ones that lost damage. It's a shame that I just couldn't get back in, like, avenge that loss because that's, as a true fighter, that's what I wanted to do.
How's your vision now?
Yeah, like, no, it's okay. Like, on a day-to-day, I'm okay. It's just when I move around, like, when I do this now, I'm looking in your eyes now, you've got 2 eyes, obviously. You do that, you've got 4 eyes. Now you've got 2. So it takes me, when I move around, your head just splits because my eyes don't, like, the most basic way to explain it, like headlights in a car, like they go up, down, left to right, you know. Mine don't. Mine do that. So when I do this, you're moving around, and as soon as you move around, get double vision, I lose ability to know that you're there. And when I'm boxing somebody, I don't know when the punch is coming because if one eye's facing there and one eye's facing there, when the punch comes, neither eye's tracked on it, and I'm getting it. And on eye muscles, you're meant to have 1 surgery per eye muscle because they're so thin, and with scar tissue, they can snap and get really damaged. I've had 7 operations. I've gone beyond the call of duty to get back in the ring. I cannot have any more surgeries on my eyes.
What are the options moving forwards? What does the future hold?
Yeah, do you know what?
It's a long old future.
It's a long future. I'm a young man. I mean, like, as I mentioned to you earlier, I'm a very positive person. I try to think of positive stuff. Like, the plan was retire at 35, 36, world titles, a few million quid in the bank, and then just relax. You know,
But that's
relax.
a small percentage.
It's a
that
very
get
small
to do
percentage.
that.
That's what the plan was, right? But now, you know, the plus side is I've had to bring it forward 6 years. I'm now retiring at 30. My biggest asset is
Without
this.
the safety net, though.
Without the safety net, I mean, like, I need to get a job. You mentioned about like taking a bit of time. I can't afford to take too much time. I've got to earn some money. But one of the plus sides is I've got this hunger, man. I've got this desire to do something, and I've on my entire life, last 18 years, I've channeled it in boxing. Now I've got no choice but to redirect it and channel it elsewhere. The only way for me to finish this unfinished business is to pick a new career, start at the bottom, work my off, become the best I can possibly be. Maybe that's professional wrestling. Maybe I go in there green as anything, a complete novice, and go, right, get my head down and work hard. Because that's one thing I'm not scared of is a bit of hard work and seeing how good I can be. Seeing how good, and that's what I want to do. Boxing's been so good to me, man. It's been so good to me. It's enabled me to do some amazing things, meet some remarkable people. In my retirement statement, I said, I ended it by saying I've had 17 operations, I've suffered more heartache, pain and frustration you can ever imagine, but if you'd asked me would I do it again, in a heartbeat, because I love this game.
There's still plenty to come after the break. We'll get the thoughts of Josh Warrington and Kid Galahad ahead of their eagerly anticipated matchup.
The way that he's going about himself is not helping him. He's real cheap. There's no remorse whatsoever.
2018 was a fantastic year. Josh Warrington had a good run, but 2019 is my year, Kid Galahad's year.
I think what I'd like to do is torture him for 11 rounds and stop him at last. That'd be a perfect scenario for him, wouldn't it?
And we'll also hear from the boxers as we build up to Fight Night in Leicester.
It was hard to find an opponent. I've seen a few of his fights. He's boxed a few good lads, so no, it's made for a good fight.
He's probably the most durable boxer in heavyweight division, isn't he? He's been in there with all of them, mixed it with the world's best. So if I can get a stoppage, you know, I'm going in there to do what I do best.
Welcome back to No Filter Boxing. We'll hear from Josh Warrington and Kid Galahad shortly. But first, we look ahead to Saturday night as Fight Night returns to Leicester.
Oh, it's a lovely uppercut. He's one. Oh, what a great shot! Oh my goodness! And he's trying to pile it on now. The punches are raining in from every angle, and he can't cope with the power of Nathan Gorman. Good fast hands. Oh, great shot. What a punch! What a punch! Oh, Sam! The bullet!
Yeah, I'm very lucky to be able to say I'm fighting in Leicester, my hometown, where I'm from, for my first British defence. Very excited, and yeah, I can't wait to show everybody Saturday. It's brilliant for me because it's literally on my doorstep, and I've got a great vast amount of support coming. I work down the road from Leicester, so a lot of work people are coming to support me, my friends, my family. So no, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good buzz in there.
For me, I don't know if it's just a wee bit of hype, know what I mean? Like, he's not really fought anybody that good, to be fair, yet, so obviously we'll tell on Saturday what he's all about. A very, very good, strong boxer for sure, but at our weight he's a avoided fighter, like, nobody wants to fight him, like, that's obviously why I get the opportunity, isn't it, with a month to go.
It was hard to find an opponent. I've seen a few of his fights. Like I say, he's got a few different styles. He's come forward when he wants. He looks fit, and he's boxed a few good lads. So no, it's made for a good fight.
If this goes 12 rounds, you've never been past 7 as a professional. What about going the 12-round distance?
Yeah, that's not a problem. I always train for so obviously like, if I've got a 10-round fight, I'll train for a 10-round fight to make sure I've got the fitness. I'm super fit. If it goes 12 rounds, it goes 12 rounds. As long as I'm winning those rounds, that's all that matters to me. But no, I'm not got any qualms about my fitness. I'm quite known for being a fit lad, so do well in sparring, regardless of how many rounds I do. So I'm not worried.
Making his way across from the United States, even as we speak, it's big Kevin Johnson you're going to be fighting. What's your thoughts about that, Nathan?
Yeah, obviously, Kevin, he's a late replacement. You know, I've had 4 days' notice for Kevin. You know, I was due to fight someone totally different than Molino, wherever his name was. You know, someone 6'2", 6'1", coming forward, big swinger. But Kevin's someone totally the opposite style, you know, sits back on the ropes, doesn't do much. But on the other hand, you know, if you look at Kevin's resume, he's been in there with most of them. He hasn't been stopped. He's only been stopped once or twice. Anthony Joshua, and then he got stopped by Peter Millas by a cut. And all the rest, you know, Vladimir Klitschko, Derek Chisora, Christian Anna, my good mate Daniel, went the distance with him. So he's another stepping stone, I'd imagine, on Saturday night. But if I switch off for 1 second, if he lands that big right hand on my chin, I'm sorry, it's good night, so I can't switch off, you know, for 1 second in that fight. I've got to be fully focused and fully ready for him. If I can stop him, you know, it sends out a message, you know, he's probably the most durable boxer in heavyweight division, and he's been in there with all of them, mixed it with the world's best. So if I can get a stoppage, you know, I'm going in there to do what I do best, you know, and that's box. If it comes, it comes. But as long as I'm impressing, you know, and win, that's the main thing.
How far away now from you and Daniel Dubois getting it on?
Truthfully, if it was down to me, I'd fight him this Saturday. But I reckon end of the year something. It's all down to Frank. You know, I've answered this question 100 million times. You know.
Sorry.
No, it's all right, John. It's not your fault. Whenever he's ready. Truthfully, whenever he's ready.
He says he's going to knock you out. When it happens, he says you will go.
Well, yeah, time will tell. I've heard it all before.
Ahead of their upcoming world title fight, Josh Warrington and Kid Galahad came face to face this week as it was announced when and where the two will meet.
For Josh, we were obviously looking to get him into a unification fight. This is a mandatory ordered by the IBF.
I knew this fight was definitely going to come. I remember when Frank said in one of the interviews, Barry, you're right at the bottom of that list.
That's right.
Right at the bottom of the list, and look where I am now. And I'm going to rip that title away from him in his hometown. I'm not the only laughing.
Josh has fought him twice as an amateur, and he says, Barry or Kid, he said that that was 15 years ago, but I'm sure that's going to be, you know, there's definitely no love loss. I think you can get something a little bit special. Yeah, it's the Battle of Yorkshire, Sheffield v Leeds, or Leeds v Sheffield, and I really do think we can get a good fight out of this.
It's been a while. Well, we had a good year last year, didn't we? You know, 2 massive fights, 2 massive occasions. The support since has been absolutely fantastic and continues to do so. You've got to give it to Barry how daft he is. You know? You can't write up some of the stuff what he says.
Destiny.
Destiny. That's seen that last year.
He's coming across like he don't like me and this and that, but listen, when I see him, he's always, oh, you're right, mate, how are you? And all this, you know, he's just trying to sell the fight. That's all he's trying to do.
I think what he'd like to do is torture him for 11 rounds and stop him at last. That'd be a perfect scenario for him, wouldn't it? But no, I don't think it's the case at all. I think he'll handle it like he handles every other fight, very professionally, switched on, and we won't be taking anybody lightly.
I made it known, I wanted to carry on the journey, carry on winning belts, keep winning titles, fighting the best of the division. You know, especially after last year, we had like Lee Selby, Carl Frampton, and now we've got Baddy from Sheffield. You know what I mean? They just don't have the same old ring to it. But we start another chapter.
Josh picked up a hand injury after his fight against Carl, and he thought he was going to be okay, but he went to see the hand specialist, and the hand specialist said no, you need a bit more time, and that is what it's got to be. He's got to be 100% when he gets in there. He's a champion, and there's no way I'd let him get into the ring unless he's 100%.
You know what, Josh? We know he hadn't hurt his hand, but we don't want to be beating a kid who's not fully prepared. Do you understand? So we've allowed an extra 6 weeks just to make sure he can get in shape. So there's no excuses, there's no complaints. Do you understand? We want the best Josh Warrington on the night, yeah?
People are hungry. People want an opportunity, but there's ways and means of going about it. And the way that he's going about himself is not helping him. He's a drug cheat, and there's no remorse whatsoever.
People go in the ring putting their lives on the line. Some people don't come out, unfortunately. You know, people's lives change. Last thing we need is people trying to take a little inch by cheating. The sport doesn't need people like that. We need characters. We need entertainers, but we don't need people like Barry.
Obviously, it's getting to him, you know, and if he wants to turn around afterwards the fight when Barry beats him and say, well, you know, it's a bit of a grey area, he's under a cloud, you know, he's been taking drugs, all this. Well, that was 5 years ago.
So you can look at Josh and you can look at all the people here now and say that for this fight coming up in June, you're going to be absolutely 100% clean.
100% clean. 100%. Let's just hope he's 100% clean as well.
2018 was a fantastic year. Josh Warrington had a good run, but 2019 is my year, Kid Galahad's year.
I believe I am better than him in every single department. Everything he does, I can do better. I think his best asset is people underestimate him. Because he looks crap when you watch him fight, he looks crap. He looks crap. And that's it, you know, I really look at him and think, you know, when I go in there, it's going to be this and that. But he's not, he's actually better than he looks.
Deluded, absolutely deluded, and that's why you've got to laugh at stuff, but at the same time you've got to be switched on.
He's a thorough professional, isn't he? He prepares well for fights. His dad's a really good trainer, as is Dominic. They're two good trainers, both of them, but they'll both be well prepared. I mean, they look like they could fight now, the pair of them. They're in great nick. He won't overlook anything. He's not done that in any fight up to us yet.
I'm expecting the best Josh Warrington, and I want the best Josh Warrington. When he comes, I want no excuses. I want to say, oh yeah, you know, they rushed me, they made me fight this fight, they made me, you know, oh, I've got a bad hand. I want no excuses, you know. So when I beat him, you know, he can turn around and say, yeah, he was a better man.
When he walks out into the arena, which is, you know, people have been there. Some people can act it, some people can't. Barry won't know. He's only boxed in around 20, in front of 20 odd people before who will genuinely want to support him. But on the night when we get down to it, and it's the nitty-gritty and it's just me and him, then, like I say, find out.
That's all we have time for this week. Warrington v Galahad is a domestic fight that is sure to get people talking. And many other fighters in Leicester on Saturday will be aiming to follow in their footsteps in 2019.
Wunderbar!